Let's see. Hello, Periscope. Hey there, for those of you that are just joining in. Might wait for a couple of people. Yellow Dog Press. Hey, I'm so glad you joined in. I haven't been on the scope in a while. Hey there, I can't necessarily read these. Irina, thanks for joining everybody. I'm so glad that you're here today. Jacqueline, thanks for joining in. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Heidi on Park, Lena, thank you everybody for joining in. I'll give a quick introduction of myself and then we'll get to kind of the main topic today, which is lettering with just your basic markers that your kids probably have in your house. D. Washington, hey everybody, happy Friday, thanks for joining. I love Friday, I'm always in a better mood on Fridays, so this is a good day for me to do Periscope. So quickly, I'll give a little introduction about myself. Oh, hey Kendall, I'm so glad you're here. Hey Leslie, thanks for joining in, guys. I love having friends on the scopes. Feel free to give any questions or comments. Hey Kendall. Hey there, guys. Happy New Year. Yes, I'm so glad it's Friday. So I have to apologize. I have not been on Periscope in so long. I was super busy in November and December with my business, and then I just decided to take a break with family for the holidays. It was so nice to kind of check out. So I hope you guys did the same thing. I'm feeling like I'm finally kind of getting back and caught up and into the swing of things. So anyway, I love having some time with family. Hey there, thanks for joining back in. Thanks for the hearts, guys. So anyway, I'll just quickly introduce myself before I talk about, this will just be a short scope, by the way, probably 5 or 10 minutes, but my name is Shannon and I own a company called plumstprints. We make planners and phone cases and gift wrap and notebooks and journals and just lots of different pretty items that are actually also really functional and helpful, I think, in your day and your planning and make great gifts and things like that. So you can check out my website. It's plumstprints.com, and someone could put that in the comments. All the pretty things. Oh, thank you, Heidi. That's so sweet. Yes, lots of pretty things. Somehow I feel like when things are pretty and also well planned, it helps me work better. So I just kind of need that in my life. But anyway, okay, so that's a little bit about me. I live in Portland. Hey, Leslie, thanks for joining. I live in Portland. I have 3 kids, and I run my business from home. And yeah, I just have done a lot of things in the past year with my business, but I've been running my business for several years. And I'm originally from the Seattle area, but like I said, I live in Portland with my family now. And yeah, I used to work in advertising before I left when I had kids, and now I run my business. So anyway, I just put this up on Instagram. If you guys saw it, don't know if you're coming from Instagram, but it's just a little print that I made a couple minutes ago. Thank you for the love, guys. It just says, "You got this." Kind of was thinking about like a New Year's type of theme for a print. And in November, I did a scope talking about lettering, and I had some kind of fancier pens, and I thought, you know what, I want to show people how to letter without fancy pens, because you can letter with like your basic ballpoint pen, you can letter with your kids' markers, you can really find anything around your house if you want to try to start doing some lettering projects. And one thing that I love to do is, you know, even if you don't have a business, like even if you're just writing a card to somebody and you have, you know, some of your kids' markers laying around and you just want the card to look nice, or you're giving a gift, or just something. Sometimes it's nice to have some pretty lettering on it. Maybe you want to make like a little phrase, maybe something like this to put up in your house. That would be awesome. And so I thought I'll just give you guys a couple tips about it. So the first thing I want to go over, I'll try to show you on here, is just looking at the tip of your marker. So you can see it's a thin tip on the top. I hope you can see that. And then it's kind of broader on the side. So that will be really important when I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can see my paper. And so just make sure you have a pretty wet ink marker, that it hasn't really dried out. That will be important. And I'll review quickly what we talked about before. If you guys have been in on any of my other scopes, we just talked about how when you're going up on your stroke, you need to write thin, and then you need to write thick when you're coming down. So if you can remember that, that will help you a lot no matter what pen you're using. And then I'll show you some ways that you can kind of fake it. So anyway, and also be sure to follow along on Instagram. My handle is plumstreetprints, so plumstreetprints, Plumstreetprints. and you can be notified and you can see other types of prints and projects that I've been working on. So let me just turn this around. Also, as I'm doing this, try to feel free to put any questions that you might have also in the comments. So let's turn this down. Okay. Ooh, I hope you guys can see this all right. Can you guys see that? Just give me some hearts if that's working for you. Okay, so let me see. Did you say up? I can't see that. Sorry, Leslie. Oh yeah, up thin and down thick. Yeah, I'll show you really quick. Okay, so what I talked about on one of my last scopes. So what I have here, you can just see, it's like I have some Crayola markers. These are from my kids. Hey there, if you're joining in, we're talking about lettering with your kids' markers. So I'll keep this here. This is kind of what I just had put on Instagram. So I'll first talk about just a basic method for when you are lettering. So what you want to do, no matter what you're writing, is when you go up, you want to go thin, and then when you come down, you want to push hard. So up thin, down hard, up thin, down hard, just like that. And so that's kind of just the way that you would start if you were going to try to, make, let's say you want to practice along with me, maybe you could write the same thing, you got this. And that's kind of a good start. But what I like to do is start that way and then go back and kind of fake it a little bit and make the edges even thicker than they appear at first. So what I would do, and I hope you guys can see this okay, is I would just go in here and I would actually make the thick parts a little bit thicker. And so don't be scared, just push as hard as you can, get that to be super thick. And so you'll see a lot of calligraphers, I've seen professional wedding calligraphers, if they're asked to write on a different surface than paper, like for a wedding maybe, and they have to write on wood or something that's difficult, they'll actually use this method where they just kind of fake the style of calligraphy, but it's not with a calligraphy pen because they can't use a calligraphy pen on that type of surface. So just go thin as you come up and thick on the down. So that's just kind of the first word, the part of you got this. Hey there, if you're just joining in, thanks for the hearts, guys. So we're just talking about lettering with just plain old Crayola markers. So what I would usually do is I would actually just write out the whole thing, and you could even write it thin. Just you got this. Can you guys see that? And then you can kind of cross your T's here. And then you can just go back in and you can just make it thick. So come down, and on the down strokes, just make sure that you make it really thick. And I think it's that variation of the thick and thin that really makes lettering look pretty. Because if it's all thick or it's all thin, it just kind of looks like cool handwriting, which is still great. But I like when it's kind of like a contrast between the thick and the thin. And write any questions if you have them. And I could write, if you want me to do any of your names or anything, I could do that too. So if you have a card for a friend or like a gift you're going to give somebody, could be kind of fun to like letter their name on the outside, or even if you're just writing a letter, it's kind of fun to have it in the mail. Oh, Mitch, you want me to do your name? Okay, my husband's so cute, he's on here. Okay, so something like that. It's kind of a hard angle for me, so it's probably not my best. Let's see. Is it Beth Ann? Is that what it is? Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so it's maybe not as good as the one I posted because I'm kind of working at a weird angle here for the camera, but something like that. You got this. So let's do Beth Ann, Leslie. Okay, lots of names here. Okay, so let's start. I hope this is the right angle. So I like to do lowercase b's. Beth, I don't know if that was one word, but we'll make it one. Beth Ann. So I would probably start with just like a scribbly kind of light looking font like that. And I love to make the T's kind of come all the way across. So, and then if you want to, Beth Ann, you can just, I hope I'm saying that right, you can just, when you're practicing, just start by coming down on all the thick strokes. So it's super simple. And obviously, if you wanted to take some time, you could, you know, work on this for a little while and make it look a little bit better. It's a little bit fast right now. But I think once you get the thin and the thick in there, it really makes it look a lot nicer, don't you think? So there's Beth Ann. Let's see, Leslie, I think was the other one. Let me get another piece of paper. Thank you guys for the hearts. Okay, Beth Ann, I'll have to text this to you or email it to you. Okay, Leslie was the next one. So Leslie, like that. So I would probably just start with the basic writing, and even that looks cool too. I like to make my loops super loopy. I kind of feel like that helps make the lettering look better. So just make that thick. Leslie, you have a lot of fun loops in your name. I like this. Let's see. And then down, oops. I hope I'm not missing comments. Okay, please do. Okay, Beth Ann, will you put that on my Instagram, Beth Ann? Thank you. I'm sorry, or I can go back and watch it. If you leave a comment on my Instagram, I'll send that to you. Let's see. You could just, I missed your brush pen scope. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do another brush pen scope. Sorry, I talked about it in the beginning. I took some time off for the holidays. I had a really busy season with my shop, and then I just decided I needed a break. So I kind of haven't been scoping as much on Periscope lately, but that's kind of how you could do Leslie. And I like lowercase letters. I think they look good. You know, you could do also uppercase if you wanted to. And I hope that looks right. Thanks for the great tips. Oh, no problem. Thank you for joining, Heidi. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I wanted to do. I don't really have a ton more I wanted to do today, but like if you're gonna practice, so get your marker and just go thin up, thick down. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Thin up, thick down, and just practice that. Like you can just practice that all day long. And then if you want to write out the name like we did before, just write it thin and then go back and do the thick. And then as you get a little bit better at it, you will be able to actually just write a word. Wow, thanks for the hearts, you guys. You can just write a word like hi, and you already know how to go thick as you're coming down. So that will help a lot. I think I just missed a comment there. I'm so sorry. Oops. So I'm gonna just turn this back up. Oops. And yeah, that's it. Do you guys have any other questions? Can you write Shelly? Yes, I can write Shelly. Let me get this back down. Okay. Just gonna move this. Ooh, sorry. It's kind of a finicky little tripod here. Okay. So let's write Shelly. And maybe I'll use a different color because this marker is getting a little dry. So I feel like they do better when they're wet. So you might want to switch markers every now and then. So let's see. So Shelly. I hope it S-H-E-L-L-Y. Okay. So Shelly. Something like that is kind of how I would start. Hope you can see that. This marker is a little dry, so I hope it works all right. But just come down on all the downstrokes. And I think it actually makes your regular handwriting better too, because you're just, you know, when you're writing just everyday types of paperwork, because you think more about like your actual strokes of how you're writing. Serious talent. Oh, thanks, and my husband Mitch is on here. He's so sweet. Let's see. Okay, so I hope you can see this. It's looking a little dry because this marker is getting a little dry from all the writing I just did with it. But something like that for Shelly. And then if it is a little dry, what you can just do is go back and go over the thin strokes again. But yeah, anytime you're writing a card to someone or a note or a letter, it's kind of fun. I love to do on packages. When I send packages to people, I love to kind of letter their name big on the front. It's just kind of fun to get that in the mail. And the other cool thing you can do is you can scan these in, and that's what I do for my print shop, is you can scan them in and use Illustrator or Photoshop to make them a digital file. And then you could even, you know, like put it on your email or something like that. So there's Shelly. And if you want to make it even look cooler, I think it's fun to go back and make the thick parts like even thicker. It just kind of makes it look like more of a contrast between the thick and the thin. So, and I'm pushing really hard. So I think when I started, that was something I was always scared to do, was to like push too hard with that. But there you go, Shelly. Okay. Oh, thanks. I'm kind of terrible with a brush pen, so maybe a Crayola marker is the way to go. Yeah, the Crayola markers are seriously awesome. And the thing is, everybody has them. Like, you can just find one. Okay, thanks for doing this. Gonna be doing this on everything. I know, that's the hard part, is once you start lettering, you just want to do it on everything. Kendall, thank you so much. Thanks, Leslie. I'm so glad you guys joined. It's fun to have people you know on here. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so go practice. Here's yours, Shelly. If you leave me your email on my Instagram account, I'll make this digital and I'll send it to you. Oh, Beth Ann, thank you. Thanks for joining in, you guys. Oh, thanks, Kendall. My hair is kind of getting long, but that's what happens when you have kids. You don't have time for that. So anyway, so just remember, get your Crayola markers out, start practicing, and it's so fun. Yeah, just doodle. I feel like whenever I'm taking notes for something, oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, you are so sweet. I feel like whenever I'm taking notes in like a meeting, I get really distracted because whenever I have a pen, like even if it's just a Bic pen, I always just kind of start lettering. So maybe you guys can do that too. So thanks, Leslie, for joining. I'm so glad you guys were here. You can follow my business on Instagram at plumstprints, and also you can check out our products on our website. I have a lot of my lettering on my actual products. This is a calligraphy, so we'll have to do more of that later. That will take a little bit longer probably to scope. So anyway, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good new year, and yeah, have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye-bye.